Hello, everyone. How is all of my friends here today? I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. I already see we have some people who are here, so I'm really excited. And I already see some questions to get started with, so that is just amazing. I'm going to light my incense really quick just to kind of get attuned to our reading today. But yes, I'm so excited. So I have Asdif to go first. Then I have Alyssa and Jesse. So if anyone else has some questions they'd like to ask me after I get to these readings, definitely make sure to use the super chat function. And then I have the different prices below for the description box. And then you can submit your question and I can pull some cards for you too. So, woo. The incense just went in my face, but it's very nice. It's very settling. I'm using frankincense right now. Does anyone like incense? Does anyone like using incense? If you do, definitely put it in the chat. Is everyone here today? I think my chat's a little bit delayed. Oh, hi, C. Anver. So good to see you again. Hi, Jesse. Yes. So I have this incense that I'm using right now, and yes, it is amazing. Hi. See, it's my incense burner. I really love it. It's very relaxing and such a nice way to really unwind, from the day. But I know it's a little bit later than normal, but I wanted to try a different time and see which of our friends can join us because I know we're all over the world, which is amazing. We are located everywhere, this Relationship Psychics family. So I just wanted to try some different times just so everyone got a chance to really do a reading with me. So, oh, hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Patricia. Yes, it's so nice to see all of your faces. That is so, oh, and you would trick your mom. That's so funny, Michael. You would trick your mom with incense. Oh man, yeah. Prankster over here. Oh, and Jesse, you're in Australia, which is amazing. I would love to visit Australia someday. Someday I would love to visit everywhere, but Australia is definitely a place that is just so beautiful. And there's so many different animals. And I'm such a big person into animals too. So I feel like that would be such an amazing, amazing, beautiful place to visit. So is it hot right now in Australia? I'm just kind of curious because I'm not really sure. Is it still nice there or what's the climate like right now, Jesse? Oh, hi, Stacy. I'm so happy to have you join me tonight and join us for this reading. No, it's winter. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Because for some reason in my mind, like Australia is super tropical almost, but I guess there's the outback too. And I'm not necessarily super sure, but that's funny. That's so weird. It's winter there. That's just crazy because, it's just amazing. I would love to travel there someday. Do you recommend any places to travel if I go to Australia? Like, do you have any spots you'd recommend? I know, like, I think wherever the Great Barrier Reef is, right, is like supposed to be also a good spot, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you're from Maui. Oh my gosh. Wow. See, I have never been to Hawaii either, and I would love to go to Hawaii. I would love that so much. But, I think pretty soon, hopefully, I'll be able to take a vacation and go to Hawaii because I live not too far from there. And oh, yeah, and I love the tropics. I love the tropical environment, like the Caribbean, all of that is just amazing. But I definitely want to travel everywhere. So I'll definitely have to check that out. That sounds amazing. Just kind of getting situated for our reading here today. But how has everyone's day been? Is it night where you are? Is it morning? Like, where is everyone and how has everyone's day been? And definitely let me know in the chat because I would love to know how your days or mornings or nights are going. Oh, Crystal, we have a late night with us. I love that. That's amazing. I'm originally from the Midwest too, so I love that. Oh, it's 6 p.m. in Maui. Oh, I wish I was in Maui. I'm really jealous of you right now, Stacey. Like, I'm super, super jealous. I wish I was in Hawaii. Oh, you're in the Caribbean? Oh my gosh. See, I'm seriously jealous. Yeah, so it's kind of late for a lot of you, I feel like, and then there's a few of my friends here who are all different times. I have so many cards today to start reading with you guys, so I'm really excited. I was just, meditating and shuffling through my cards before this, and it's kind of why too. I like have them all right next to me on my reading table. So, oh, Belize. I've been to Belize. Belize is beautiful. Anver, Belize is definitely beautiful. Hello, Night here in Illinois. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, because like I definitely wanted to, because another thing that's kind of funny is like my mom, like she always loves to go on live streams at night, and she's definitely someone who has like insomnia. So she wakes up at night and will like watch, live streams. And she was the one actually who made the suggestion to me originally. She was like, why don't you try it at night? Because she's like, because I always love watching live streams at night. And I was like, it's a good idea, Mom. Like maybe some people will also be night owls, or they'll be all around the world. So it will work out better for your schedule. So that's definitely why I kind of wanted to just try this time tonight and kind of unwind with you guys tonight and just connect and do this reading today. So I'm really, really excited. But yeah, so is anyone doing anything fun for the weekend? Or it's almost Friday, which is really exciting. Oh, it's not too late to get a reading, Crystal. I'm actually going to start really soon. I do have to go in order though, because I already have Asteph, Elisa, and Jessie that I'm getting to. So I'm going to do those 3 readings first, but it's not too late at all. Just submit your question and I will get started right now, actually, because I do want to get started. I just definitely also wanted to make sure I have a good amount of cards here for everyone's readings today. My cards are just want to make sure the energy is like cleansed. And oh, shout out from Pennsylvania. Love that. Oh, you're taking your kids to see Disney on Ice. That is, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. That is amazing. I bet your kids will love that. I am a huge Disney person. So I literally am so jealous. Like I could just listen to Disney and watch Disney movies, and like the music is so good too. The music just gets me every time. Like seriously, I know you said you wish you had kids, Michael. I'm like the same way. Like I am such a person where I already have, like I already want to start shopping for my like future children, because like I'm just so obsessed with kids, and and like I'm just so into children that like I seriously already am like planning, like I have their names already planned, like I have everything like already ready to go. But anyways, that's so great too. And Disney's the best, honestly. Like Disney is just, it's its own. You're on a Disney cruise ship. Oh my gosh. I'm so jealous. I went to a Disney cruise when I was a little girl. I think I was like 3 years old, and it was like the best time ever. And you love kids as well. Oh my gosh. See, I love that. You know what's funny, guys, is I used to actually be like, for a little bit of time, there was a time where I was thinking about being like a preschool or like kindergarten teacher, because I just love kids so much. And like I've done so much with kids in the past, that there was definitely a time where I was like, maybe I should like do this like full time. Like definitely, the little kids just steal your heart. They're just so adorable. And I love, singing songs and just having that positivity, because like children are so positive. They have such positive spirits and they're just so sweet. It's just, I could totally just be with kids all day someday, Yeah, you want an excuse to watch Disney movies. Me too. I totally want that excuse. That's amazing. So I am going to get started right now with the reading, but I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys and just see how everyone's day is going. And oh, I also did see a few questions in the chat as well, where people were asking to get a reading. So if you want to get a reading, I have a few people who already submitted questions, but I can get to your reading right after that. It's really going to go in order of who submits their questions. So to submit your question for the reading, basically you're just going to use the super chat, and then I have the pricing like in the description box. And then whatever you want, whatever type of reading you want, you'll just ask your question and then submit it, and then I'll get to you next in that order. Because again, like I only have like, so much time, I suppose. So I guess like the people who do it first are the ones who will probably get the reading for tonight. So I just want to let you guys know that. And also, hi, Karhu. Good to see you again. I'm so happy you joined. And to everyone here who's new, thank you so much for joining me. I'm seriously so excited to get started with you. I have my incense right here just burning and kind of getting attuned to that energy. You know, after a hectic, busy day, I'm just really excited to take this time to really just set our intentions together and get fixated on, you know, what is love, what is life, and really just start thinking of the bigger picture. That's kind of what I need to do. To prep for these readings a little bit is like I need to just start kind of getting in that mindset. And that's kind of thank you guys for just chatting with me and allowing me to really decompress and open my mind up for this reading today. That really is so helpful. And I seriously just am so happy to have everyone here. And I see Mary also submitted something. So definitely I will take Mary's question as well. And any question you guys have, definitely just ask me. All you have to do is, again, submit using the super chat button your question for today's reading. And then I will get to you in the order that, you know, you guys submit those. And of course, it will be like prioritized. Oh, hi, Angelic, I love that too. It's so nice. I hear you're new. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Everyone who's new, and I'm just so excited to just be here. You guys just always make my days so much brighter. So thank you for being here with me. I'm going to start just again in a few minutes, but I just do want to give everyone some time just to kind of get settled. And again, I'm going to go in order of the people who submit their super chats, and then that's kind of how we will do things. Oh, Mary, that's totally fine. You forgot to submit. When we get to you, you can ask me the question. I'll make sure to have you ask the question, and then we can do the reading from there. So I don't want you to think that I'm going to skip over you. But thank you to everyone as well, too, who submitted and helped. And thank you, Crystal. Thank you so, so much. You guys seriously are the reason that I'm allowed to keep doing this with you guys. Like, this is seriously what allows me to come on here and do these free readings for you, and allows me to do, you know, free readings on YouTube and then do these readings with you and connect one-on-one. So thank you guys so much. You have no idea how grateful I am for each and every one of you. And it seriously is just so amazing that you are coming here and doing this with me tonight. So thank you guys. And okay, so I think I'm ready now to kind of begin. I'm feeling a little bit more centered and a little bit like more clear-headed for the reading today. So because again, that's really important for me to take that time almost to really make sure that I am able to really center myself, center on, you know, my energy, because again, this is a very energetic process. There's a lot of energy that flows through me when I do these readings with you guys. So I do really have to, you know, be able to take in everyone's energy. I have to really allow that to process. So I kind of have to clear my own energy and like kind of take the time to do that, kind of take that time to like go through the cards and kind of, you know, set my intention. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. And thank you guys for all being very patient tonight. And then again, I will go in the order of everyone who submitted the question. So our first reading for today is coming for Ozdif. So you asked, will my girlfriend calm down and come back to me? Okay, so thank you again so much for coming today to this reading. I love having you here, and let's pull some cards for you and get some more clarity here on this question and on this reading. So will your girlfriend calm down and come back to you? So I'm feeling really drawn here. I'm going to select several cards here, and I'm going to shuffle these cards. I have some cards here, you see, from several different decks. And I'm really just, you know, just shuffling them and allowing, when I do these readings, I really have to allow, again, my intuition to take over. I have to really allow, you know, not how I'm feeling, but, you know, what the universe, what the angels, what the divine wants to do, and have them work through me in this reading. So I really have to be open to that. And, you know, I am, and I'm just, you know, allowing myself to really be centered and open to the universe. Whatever God wants in this reading, I let that will be done. So will your girlfriend calm down and come back to you? So okay, so I'm feeling drawn to this first card here. And okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so the first card we pulled for you is the second bloom. So this is really promising already. Positive. So it says a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities. That already tells me a lot about the situation between you and your girlfriend, because I do feel there's this tension. I feel kind of almost her tension right now, like pulsating through me. I feel like there's almost just like a little bit of like a high level of, anxiety and like upset energy. And it's really, pulsating through me right now. And I feel that. But what's beautiful about this card, and I kind of want to show you this card too as well, it's the second bloom that I drew for you. And the second bloom, so second chance. So that's really telling me already that your girlfriend will eventually be able to calm down. She will be able to bloom. The relationship itself will be able to bloom again. And there will be a second chance involved in this. And it's not too late. So it's not too late to really reconcile, is what the universe is telling you. What God's telling you in this card is it's not too late to reconcile this relationship. It's not too late. There's not too many, it's not too far gone, if that makes sense. Like, how your girlfriend's feeling in this moment is something that's important to be expressed and to have. And it's a valid, expression I'm sensing, but it will pass and a new beautiful relationship will come back into bloom. So just, as the seasons go through their cycles, this is also another cycle, but it's still going to come back to you. It's going to come back to this relationship blooming once again. And it also says, new possibilities. So new possibilities in the relationship almost, I'm feeling and I'm sensing here. So, it's not too late. It's not too late to fix things, but we're going to pull another card and get even more clarity on that, because already this is super promising though, Ask Steve. Like, this is super, super promising, because this literally shows us that it's not too late with your girlfriend. But I don't know necessarily. Let's look into another card to kind of understand the process of her coming back to you, because I see already very clearly right here that she will eventually come back to you. But I'm wondering necessarily what steps we need to take in order for that to occur. But this is, very hopeful in a lot of ways, because the relationship will come back into full bloom. There will be a second bloom in the relationship. So it's not over and there's a lot of hope still. So that's exciting. That's very, very exciting. So let's see kind of another card, get more clarity on this whole situation. But already with the first card, you should feel very happy and content, I'm thinking. I mean, you can feel whatever you want to feel, of course, but I feel very happy for you, because there is that second chance. There is that second chance for the relationship to bloom and come into bloom again. So that's already beautiful and has already told us so much. But I'm also going to draw another card for you just so we can get some more clarity on the path to that second bloom. So let's see. I'm thinking, okay, so select some of these cards here. We're going to shuffle. And again, I'm just really going to focus my intention on, I do feel so much like stress and anger almost. It's like a mixture of the both, or of the two, that I'm feeling and sensing right now for you, Ask Steve. Like, I'm really sensing that your girlfriend is definitely hurt by something. She's hurt and she's kind of very upset. There's this upset, and it's not a very peaceful energy at all that I'm sensing that's going on right now. And I almost feel like for you, you're having a sense of like not knowing, like there's almost this like anxiety in of itself, because you feel like there's this like uncertainty in the future. But I want you to already know that with our first card, the second bloom, like there's going to be a reconciliation and a second bloom in the relationship. So that's beautiful. And then, okay, so this is interesting. This is very interesting. The next card that I just pulled for you, at first I was like, what? Like, I was a little interested, but this is already very clear to me. There's a lot of clarity here. Balancing masculine and feminine energies. So what this means to me is there needs to be a balance in order for the second bloom in your relationship to occur. There's some imbalance in your relationship that has occurred. Does that make sense to you? And definitely affirm to me too, if that makes sense. If you are also seeing that as well, this imbalance in the relationship, because what this is telling me here is there's masculine, we all have masculine and feminine energy, right? So the masculine energy is more, demanding and assertive and, dominating, while the female energy, and we each have our own, and we each have our own levels of that. But then the feminine energy is more like caring, submissive, sweet, like kind-hearted sort of. And not saying that men can't have both. We all have both. But there is an imbalance in the relationship itself in that with that energy. So there's one that's either there's too much masculine energy I'm feeling or too much feminine energy. I'm really leaning towards masculine. And that's what I'm thinking you're going to need to fix in order for the second bloom to occur in your relationship. So I hope that this is kind of giving you clarity so far. But yeah, I see that allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence. So I feel like there's almost a bit imbalance in the relationship dynamic itself. So someone was communicating and expressing themselves in a certain way, and it kind of wasn't taken well. And there needs to be that negotiation. There needs to be that coming together again and kind of balancing out. So I hope that that's making sense to you already so far. And that's really kind of providing you clarity. But definitely just know that if you do need to apologize or if there needs to be some balance, that that's kind of what needs to occur in order for the second bloom to occur in the relationship. But there is that promise and that potential and that hope. So definitely don't get discouraged here, because that's a very, very hopeful reading for you. And I'm, excited for you and for your future with your relationship. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely feel like there's a lot of hope for easing the conflict, easing this current uncertainty and this current almost upset energy. So anyways, I really hope that helped you, Asdeep. And you said thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really hope that helped again, provide you clarity. So, okay. So our next reading for today is going to be Elisa. So you said, am I wasting my time with Thomas? Thomas. That's actually interesting. You said Thomas, Lisa, or Elisa, because I've been really, for some reason, sensing a Thomas lately. It's like kind of strange to me. Like Thomas has been kind of appearing lately to me, like late at night, like in my dreams. So that's really, really weird that you said Thomas. So that's interesting. Another person's name that there's been a few names that have been kind of floating around, but Thomas is one of them. So that's very interesting. So are you wasting your time with Thomas? Well, let's get some clarity on that. So I'm going to just select a few of these cards I have here, and then we will shuffle them and really knock our intention, Elisa, into the cards today. So as you can see, I have a few again, today I really felt like basically just doing like a random assortment of my decks. So I have like, if you could see my table right now, it's just like a ton of different decks of cards, but I kind of was like feeling almost like shuffling all the decks. I feel like there needed to be an upshift in the energy, because sometimes when I do readings, the energy can almost get stale in a way, if that makes sense. So I did like a mass shuffle of all my decks to really release and like expand that energy and allow that to take place here. But it is a little bit more challenging. My shuffling skills are a little bit more challenging because all the decks I'm mixing for this reading. Okay, so okay, Elisa and Thomas, Elisa and Thomas, Elisa and Thomas. Okay. So this is interesting. So the first card that I pulled for you, and also I wanted to mention that even if you only submit for a one card, if we don't feel fully like this reading is found enough clarity for us, I will continue to pull cards, because I want to provide you guys with as much clarity as possible. But this already kind of does give me some clarity. Pleiades, so double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So this is kind of interesting, because I feel like by double, I'm feeling a sense of two. I'm feeling that there is almost two intentions going on in this relationship. It's almost like there's a tear. Does that make sense so far? So I feel like there's something torn almost in the relationship, like torn into two. And this is kind of showing the future of what can that look like? What can this double mission look like? So even though there's this tear, even though there's this separation between the two of you, Elisa and Thomas, what I'm sensing here right now is that there is a potential, because as you can see in the card, and I want to show you the card a little bit too. It's uplifting, right? So there needs to be almost a coming together and a lift in the relationship and the relationship's energy. So we need to there's definitely potential for it to work out. So I don't believe you're wasting your time, but I think that by mission too, there's a tear. There's potentially a tear right now occurring in the relationship, but as well as there's two dimensions to the relationship. there's also this potential for it to be lifted up into the light, for it to come together. But I do want to pull another card for you too, because again, this has given me a little bit of, I mean, it's giving me some clarity, but I feel like we need to kind of just dive into this a little bit deeper here, because there is this double mission, but I'm sensing that this relates to the current time in your relationship versus the future of the relationship, if that makes sense. So there is a potential here for things to get better in your relationship, but I kind of want to even get a deeper understanding. So we are going to knock into this next card as well for you, Elisa, because again, I just want to make sure I'm giving you as much clarity as possible here. So I'm really feeling drawn. And again, I haven't obviously looked at any of these cards, but I'm feeling drawn to this card for some reason for you, Elisa. When I'm just kind of looking at these, I'm feeling drawn to this card. So let's see what this says and go from there. So interesting. This is another confirmation, Elisa. This actually gives me a lot of clarity here. That's why sometimes it's like I have to pull two cards to really understand what the divine is trying to tell me. So that's why I wanted to do that for you, even though, you only wanted a one card. I wanted to pull two because I wanted to get that clarity. As you can see, there's a 3 dimension to this relationship. You can let me know too, is there some external like person or something that's kind of getting in the way of this relationship? Because there was 2 numbers that were appearing in my head, and it was 2 and 3. So I'm almost feeling like 2 might be the current relationship you're having with Thomas, and then 3 might be this extra factor that's affecting the relationship. So I'm feeling like there's a tear in the relationship in that way. And as you can see in this card, they're almost like tearing apart. So what's interesting is that this is all about uplifting, and I was thinking, double. So 2, and then I was thinking 3. This is all about uplifting. But who I'm feeling, instead of uplifting the relationship, which is what I was initially sensing, now I'm getting more clarity with this, because I'm feeling like it's actually uplifting yourself. I'm feeling like the mission for you, Elisa, is to uplift yourself. And because right here, as you can see, there's this 3 element to the relationship. So what this card literally is saying is, it says, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness, and untamed. So it's very clear to me now here that with Thomas, the most important aspect, whether the relationship comes to fruition or not, is for you to be your own person, to uplift yourself in a way. And that's the only way that this relationship will work in a way, because you need to actually be completely and utterly yourself. Like once you do that, if it doesn't work out, that's okay, because you have found your inner unique flame. You've found your inner wild rose, right? And that's your mission. So really, I almost have like homework for you in a way, is your mission is to fully embrace the uniqueness that is you, and to not allow this relationship to really affect what you're doing, if that makes sense. So I'm not necessarily saying you should end things. What I'm saying you should do next is definitely to fully make sure and reflect and meditate upon what you want. Like, what is it in life that you want? What is it in life that you like? What is it you don't like? Are you changing any of yourself to really fit the mold of this relationship? And once you do that, once you reflect on that aspect of yourself, once you reflect on the aspect of, is there anything that I'm changing to make this person like me, or to be better in this relationship? Or am I feeling kind of almost like I'm feeling the sense of like almost like a heavy energy right now, and I want for you to be uplifted. So I want you to focus on yourself, focus on your own uniqueness, do it your way, just as the card says, do it your way. And once you do that, you'll be uplifted. You will feel this heavy weight that's been going on with your relationship really lifted. And the beautiful thing is, whether this is with Thomas or without Thomas, the beautiful thing is you're almost going to find yourself in that way. You're going to find your own happiness, and he's either going to be able to adapt to this new you, this uplift in you, and finding yourself and doing it your way, and your mission to really uplift yourself. He's either going to be okay with that and willing to raise his vibrations to match your new vibrations, or he's not going to be the one for you. And then you're going to find someone who's at that level with you, who also has, that deep self-love, who has that deep respect and passion and care and drive. So this is honestly a great clear reading now that we pulled 2 cards, because again, this is what you need to do, is you need to do it your way. And then that will really result in this uplift, whether it be with Thomas or not. And, maybe he'll be able to adapt to it. Maybe he will not. But if he doesn't, then you'll find someone who can adapt to the new you, who's really embracing yourself and your true uniqueness. So anyways, I hope that made sense. It kind of all really became clear once I pulled 2 cards. And for some reason, another thing I would meditate on for you too is 2 and 3. I don't know why 2 and 3 are really coming to my mind when I'm doing this reading with you, but 2 and 3 is definitely another dimension of this reading. But anyways, Elisa, I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I hope that did provide some clarity with your current situation and everything that's going on with you. So let me know if you enjoyed it. I really hope you did, and I hope you did find something that resonated with you in this reading. But I will continue on now. So the next person that I have is Jessie. Hi, Jessie. How are you? Yay, Jessie. Okay, so your reading. So you are asking today. So I need to recenter my energy on Jessie now and get Jessie here together. And and then Tina. Okay, so everyone who's new and just joined, I wanted to let you know that I'm basically going to go in the order of people who submit the super chat questions. So I already have a buildup of people who have submitted reading questions. So I can only get to those people in that order. So if you do want to reserve me to do you next after that, then I would just submit the super chat, and then that will solidify your spot for reading for me today. So anyways, I hope that makes sense. So our next reading is Jessie. So Jessie, you're saying my soulmate is talking to another girl. We're not in a relationship, but am I wasting my time here? I love Aaron so much. So I really feel I feel like there's definitely a theme here going on, and I love that about this community and about this spiritual community. Is like sometimes we each will be going through something very similar. So I feel almost like Elisa and Jessie, you have a similar situation here in the fact of wanting to not waste your time. And I totally empathize. And I'm trying to kind of bring on that energy right now with you, Jessie, because I empathize and understanding. It's like, am I wasting my time with someone because we only have so much time? Obviously it's the fact of life that we only have so much time, and we don't want to, you can fall in love with the wrong person, basically. And that's one of the biggest things I teach is like, not just because you love someone doesn't always make them your soulmate, doesn't always make them the right person for you and the healthy person that you need to be with. So there is so much of a dynamic of sometimes needing to let go of the people that are not good for us or not supposed to be the one for us, So Jessie, your soulmate's talking to another girl, not in a relationship, but wasting time. Okay. I totally understand that. I'm so sorry that you are dealing with that, because I feel like that's not talked about enough, but it's so painful. And I feel that. And I feel that energy right now with you, Jessie. So I totally, again, I take on, everyone's energy, and I feel that it's almost heartbreaking in a way. And it's almost just like, it's very like, and I'm feeling this too, Jessie, already with your reading. Like, is there kind of like an up and down going on with you? And like, and like Aaron, like, is there almost like a very much so like you feel like it's like up and down, like you're happy, you're sad, you're jealous, you're upset, you feel like you love him, you don't, you're just so confused in so many ways. That's what I'm really feeling already. Just kind of getting attuned to your energy right now, Jessie, is I'm feeling absolutely roller coaster. That's exactly what I'm sensing here, is like this roller coaster of emotions. It's like so great, so bad. Like it's just very much up and down. And that's kind of what I'm already kind of picturing here for the reading. So let's draw some cards for you now, Jessie, to kind of get more clarity here on what the situation is. And if, you're wasting your time, if you need to release him, if you need to, what we need to do here. So I'm going to, let's see. So I have kind of a bulkier set of cards in front of me here for you, Jessie. So Aaron is who we're concentrating on. So I'm going to knock my energy into the cards before I start shuffling them. But I already feel the energy of the situation. But so Aaron. Okay. So is he the one for you, Jessie? Like, is he wasting your time? Is he your soulmate? Like, what is the situation? What is going on? We need to figure this out. So we're going to figure this out. Don't worry. Okay. So I'm really feeling drawn to pinks right now. I don't know why. I'm with this reading. Like, I'm feeling like I'm kind of surpassing the blues and the purples. I'm really feeling more of the pink energy. And I really just have to follow what my intuition tells me. So I'm feeling like this is the card, actually. So let's go with this card. This is really drawing Okay. 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 So it's okay. It's okay. So we got the thorn. So there's protection and boundaries that need to occur and clear communication. So I don't want you, this is not bad. This is not bad. This is good. But this is literally saying he was a sketch as my soulmate. I just got my nails done pink today. Oh, really? That's crazy. I was feeling pink for some reason. I was looking at the purple and blues and I was like, nope, definitely not for this reading. Again, I just have to kind of go with that. But that's funny. Don't feel scared about this. This is not bad. This does not mean anything definitively, but what this does mean is that in order for this connection to occur, in order for this flower to really bloom, which is your relationship with him, right? There needs to be protection of your heart, because I feel right now that your heart is almost just being, and I don't know why I just visualize this. It's like almost your heart is being like stomped upon, this is terrible. It's just like kind of the visualization of how your heart feels right now. It feels like it's getting almost like walked on, because it's like, it's painful. It's really painful what you're going through. And it's very much a roller coaster, but I want to protect this beauty for you. And that's kind of what the thorns do. They protect the beauty of the rose. They protect the flower. And, I feel like it's been pulled out my knees. Yeah, exactly. And I just want to almost, but this is kind of sensing for me here is, oh, and you know what's another thing that just got called to my intuition here, Jesse, is you see how there's 3 people in this, right? There's 3 people. So honestly, like this already tells me so much, right? There's, there's Aaron, and then there's this other girl. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then there's you. Like there's literally those 3 people in this dynamic, right? And it's almost like you really have to protect your energy here, Jesse. Like you have to protect yourself in this way, because you are just such like a heart, like your heart is so beautiful, and there's so much beauty in who you are and your soul. And it's like, that's what the thorns do. Like you got the thorn card, but it's like, what do thorns do? They protect the rose. They protect your beauty, your delicacy, your blooming flower. You're an empath. That's totally what I was feeling. I was sensing that so much heavily. And like empaths, like I'm also an empath, so I can completely relate to this, Jesse. Empaths, literally, like we have to set these boundaries, and it's so hard. It's not natural for us to set boundaries. It's really not natural, because we are just so in tune with others, and we want to give and love and be with others in like such deep ways. And that's why it's kind of not natural for us, Jesse, necessarily. But I almost sense here that you do need to almost, I don't want to say force yourself, but I want to say that you need to allow yourself, really, for yourself, to protect you, to protect your heart, to protect who you are. You do need to set up these boundaries with him currently. And that's not to say he can never be the one for you. I don't want you to think that either. And that's definitely not what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying to lose the hope, but I'm saying that there definitely is a cross of boundaries in a way where it's like your heart is getting really hurt through what you're doing currently almost. And by setting up these thorns, these boundaries, by protecting your energy from this threesome situation. Yeah, exactly. I need to step back. That's what I'm kind of sensing here, Jesse. Like I'm sensing that it doesn't mean necessarily that things will never work out, but the best thing for you and for your future is really to step back in the situation, to allow yourself to protect your energy, work on ways to allow yourself to know that it's not you. And that's another thing that's really coming to me right now that I wanted to let you know, Jesse, is like another thing that's really coming to my heart and my soul right now is like, I don't want you to think that he's like choosing another girl over you or something. Like, I don't want you to take it out on you. And I'm having the sense right now that you really are, in a way, like blaming yourself almost, or like feeling insecurities arise because you feel like you're not enough almost. Like you feel like for some reason, like, why is it he's not with me? Why is it he's with her? Like, why? Like, if I was enough, if I was this enough, if I was that enough, like, wouldn't he have chose me? Wouldn't that? Yeah, exactly. You feel like you're option B, and like you are not option B, Jesse. Like you, like literally, you should be worshipped because you are just such an amazing soul. I already sense that completely, and you need someone who, and maybe he'll adjust to this. Maybe he'll come to that realization. That part's not so clear. Maybe he will potentially come to the realization that of you are like, what has he been doing, and like what in the world, because you should be worshipped and chosen first every single time. But until he comes to that realization, until, he doesn't deserve your light. He doesn't deserve this rose. He doesn't deserve to have the cake and eat it too. He doesn't deserve to be able to pick your flower to have you, but not fully have you and choose you. Does that make sense so far? Because I already feel a lot of clarity here. Like, he just doesn't deserve that because, again, he doesn't get to have everything. He doesn't get to have 3 people. He doesn't get to have you. And yeah, exactly. He doesn't get to have how amazing you are and not put you first. And because you deserve someone who's going to put you first. And that's honestly what I'm feeling called to tell you right now, Jesse. So I hope that that's really already, provided you a lot of clarity. I already feel like so clear on this. We'll pull another card though, just to even get more clarity. But that seriously, I feel like really just was a lot. Like, I definitely felt that 100%. So, I mean, that's definitely pretty clear that that's what you need to do, but we'll pull another card too to kind of even get more clarity for either, the future, or some part of the relationship dynamic. Okay. So the next cards here I have, and again, pink is really calling to me right now. So I definitely want to do, okay. So I'm almost kind of sensing like, oops, this card was like, that completely resonates with you. I'm so, so happy, Jesse. Okay. So I'm kind of feeling like I want to go with another one of these. This one for some reason, I don't know why. This is the card for some reason. It's really resonating with, I feel like could be it. So, okay. This is beautiful. Yeah, Rose was like literally what I was sensed like called to for you, Jesse. So it's really interesting. I was like, Rose I was feeling that. This is beautiful because this card is after the rain. So I'm gonna almost like tear up here because it literally says, I'm gonna start crying almost. Just I always get emotional in these readings with you guys, but it says after the rain. And as you can see here too, you can see the card. It says after the rain, relief, hope, mercy, it's over, acceptance. So I I don't want to cause you like pain, Jesse. Like, I literally don't want to cause you pain by like doing this reading right now. That's the last thing I'd ever want to do. I just think that it's almost saying here, like, to come to the acceptance that he's not putting you first, kind of in a way, like to come to that acceptance that, oh my gosh, no, I know, Jesse, I'm going to cry too. Just to come to that acceptance though, that like at this time, like, I don't want you again to fully think like it can never be with him. Like, cause I'm not saying that. And like, I don't think this card is saying that to us either. I think what this card is saying to us is like, for the time being, let's see, I have so many cards everywhere, but I think that, yep. Okay. So for the time being, you do need to kind of set up that boundary and protect your heart and, just allow yourself to really protect that beauty that's within you, that rose, that, that preciousness that is your soul. So I want you to protect your heart right now in the time being, but I want you to also know that it may be for right now, you need to, accept and kind of release this relationship in a way. But I want you to know here, I want you to know that what is it after the rain, right? What is after the rain? The rainbow. So, that's so powerful because it's like, what's going to happen? You've been almost going through rain. Like, yes, it's been up and down. It's been sunny. It's been rainy. It's been this and that, but you deserve a rainbow. You don't just deserve the sun. You deserve a rainbow. And yeah, exactly. Like, maybe he's your soulmate. Maybe he is going to be the one, but he kind of needs some time to like realize how special you are and to really put you up to that rainbow status. Like, you deserve someone who's going to treat you as the rainbow, and the rainbow comes after the rain for you. So that's what's going to happen. So either what's going to happen is after you set up these boundaries and kind of protect your heart a little bit, after you do that, it's either going to be him who realizes like, what in the world have I been doing? And he's going to come back to you eventually in time and treat you in that way and put you first, right? That's either going to happen, or you're going to find someone and be like, what in the world? Like, this is 100,000 times better than the dynamic I had with him and the connection I had with him. And he was a soulmate, but a soulmate in a way of kind of more like a karmic soulmate that kind of taught you a lesson as you were finding the one you're fully destined for. Because we can have multiple soul connections in our lives, but we have one person we're destined for to be with, but there's still people we can take bits and pieces of lessons from and still have those really strong soul connections. So that's what I'm sensing for you, that either way, something beautiful is going to be on the horizon. Okay. And like, it's going to get better in this way. But I do believe that right now the best thing to do is to protect your heart. So anyways, I felt like that was a great reading. Like I definitely felt that fully. And I really hope that also, I mean, I know you said, Jessie, this really resonated with you. So I'm really happy it did. And just thank you again for allowing me to be with you on this journey of discovery. And again, you are just so amazing, Jessie. Like you are this rose. You are this rose. And I don't want you to forget that. And, I don't want you to forget just how beautiful and amazing you are, and like allow, because like I just want someone to treat you in that way and be that rainbow for you. And it may be him, but he may just need that time. He may need that time to realize what, how just truly, truly amazing and beautiful and just amazing you are. So I hope that kind of provided you clarity. I'm going to go to the next reading, but thank you so much, Jessie. And again, just thank you because I just enjoyed that reading so much with you. Okay, so our next reading here is Mary. So Mary, let's see what Mary. So Mary, I'm on to your reading now, Mary. So just let me know too if you have any questions that you'd like me to do for your reading, or I can also do just a general reading. Just let me know here, Mary. Also, I love your name. It's a very beautiful name. How's my relationship in the future with Ranga? What kind of connection between me and him? Is he the one for me? Okay, so let's see. So, okay, I will, 1 second. Okay. I'm just a little bit confused on what, I'm not very good with like, wait, so Mary, sorry, just to kind of get clarity here. So how many cards are we pulling for this reading right now? I'm going to start shuffling as we kind of get some clarity there. But how's your relationship in the future with Ranga? How's your relationship in the future with Ranga? So let's look into that. Ranga, Mary Ranga. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of start shuffling some of my cards here. Again, I mixed all of my decks on purpose because I wanted to really shift up the energy for this reading today. And I'm already feeling like we've had such great readings. If anyone's enjoying this right now, comment, because I love to see you guys participate. And oh, that's okay, Mary. So yeah, so we'll give you some clarity. So how's my relationship in the future with Ranga? So, okay. Yeah, that sounds great, Mary. And then, yeah, let me know if you guys are enjoying watching. Definitely comment or chat. I always say comment. I mean chat. You know what I mean? If you are enjoying this so far. And, I love doing these for you. Whoa, Mary, this literally just like jumped out of my hands. I swear. So this is the card we're going to start with here, because I'm not kidding you. I went to go shuffle and this like jumped. So let's see. Okay. So with Ranga, there's romantic feelings. That was already something that the universe really wanted to make clear here. And it says right now too, this is interesting because it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So there's almost like this Ranga, you have this romantic connection with him. And I want you to know right now that these feelings, by this card saying, your feelings are real and worth exploring, that already tells me very clearly here that this relationship, this dynamic with Ranga is worth exploring. Okay. Like this is not something that you should just kind of put aside or like feel like, oh, this is just infatuation. This is just a crush. Like this will fade with time. This is definitely something I would personally recommend that you kind of, go after in a way. So what I would almost recommend for you, Mary, is, again, there's some serious romantic feelings and I don't feel like they're unrequited. So if you have not yet expressed your feelings to Ranga, I would start with communicating those feelings, because I do feel there's a very, very strong possibility for a two-way connection and for building something really strong here. Again, because we pulled romantic feelings, there's definitely some serious, real feelings involved in this dynamic. And, it's not just, again, little like shallow based feelings. Like these have the potential for something really great. So I would definitely, if you haven't already made it known that you want to, or how deeply you feel for Ranga, I would let him know. I would express myself and, because there is such future potential I'm sensing in this relationship. Like there's serious passion too. I'm really sensing passion, like almost red. Like red is kind of coming to my head right now. I almost want to see if I feel like I have a few crystals here, but I was trying to see if I had a red one just right off the top of my table. But red is really, really coming to me. So there's romance, but there's also passion. There's deep passion involved in this dynamic, or at least there's potential for that passion to occur. So almost something very romantic, almost like the kind of romance too that really sweeps you off your feet, if that makes sense. So a kind of romance where you're just kind of like blown away. Like there's this deep passion. It's not just friendship. It's not just infatuation or obsession or crushing. It's like something deep. You just broke up. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this is okay. So gotcha. But I want you to know, I still sense that you still have these feelings that are lingering though, Mary. Like I still sense that you have these feelings that are just, again, lingering. And it's really saying here that they're worth exploring. But, we're going to draw another card because, again, that adds to it. I already saw the potential for the romance between you two. But now that there is somewhat of like a disconnect and a breakup, I didn't see that necessarily yet. I didn't see the rough patch in this. But it's cool that there is that you also have kind of already explored that connection because, again, these are timeless readings. So we're going to pull another card, though, for you, Mary, because I want to kind of give you even more clarity going forward if you're going to come back or, what exactly that will look like from there. So let's pull another card for you, Mary, too. And I'm kind of feeling, I'm really sensing this deck for some reason here. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling like this top one for some reason, Mary. So I'm really just rubbing my energy into it. Okay. The Sun. Okay, so again, a very positive card we're pulling for you, Mary. It says joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. So there almost was this dark spell now I'm sensing in like a time of, you had this, this deep passion for each other. And there was a little bit of a hiccup, but I'm almost sensing you guys coming back together is what I'm really sensing here because there is such a bright light in the future. And what is the sun? The sun comes after the night, right? The sun is what rises into the sky. And just as we kind of showed that romantic feelings, we already showed that establishment of passion between the two of you. I almost believe here this is showing that the light will shine again in your relationship. Okay. So I don't want you to necessarily think it's over because I'm really not sensing that. I'm not sensing like a finality. I'm sensing more of the sun will shine again, and this is kind of also randomly the song that just came to my head. I don't know why, but the song that just came to my head is, the song from like Annie. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Annie. I love musicals, so I feel like I bring up musicals in my reading a lot, but like, that song where it's like, the sun will come out tomorrow, talking about that, the song that Annie sings. Oh, you're right. It is kind of like beaming that card, Michael. You're right. And it's like kind of like the sun will come out tomorrow. So like the sun will come out tomorrow in your guys' relationship. And that's what I'm really sensing here is like, when you think of this, like a day, like when it feels gray and like bad, just like how your relationship is right now with, the breakup, just know that the next day there's the sun. After the rain, the sun comes out, and it shines. And that's almost, and another thing I wanted to mention too about this reading here, Mary, is you see there's two people coming together. That's another really beautiful thing here. There's two people dancing towards each other. So I almost sense here that, Mary, that it's like you and, Ranga coming back together and joining in this beautiful sunshine and this beautiful life and playful, happy energy. So that's really promising so much already. Yeah, it does look like the card's glowing, doesn't it, guys? Like that's really, it's like an aura kind of almost present. That's like what auras normally appear as. And I see orbs a lot too of energy. So that's interesting. But anyway, so I really think that, that is definitely a really positive reading. And I think that shows a lot of potential for you to come back together because these people are returning to each other, as you can see in the card here. They're returning back into the sun. And that's kind of how your relationship will progress and continue from here. So I hope that provided you some clarity. And then our next reading will be for Crystal. Okay, Crystal. So can you tell me about my love life, please, and sketch of my soulmate? Okay, yes, Crystal. So I'm so excited to do that for you today. Okay, so Crystal, I will need also, I'm trying to think if I can privately chat you because I do need your email though to send you the sketch portion of today's reading, but I will start talking about your love life overall and then I will send you the sketch as well. Because if I were to sketch it, I mean, I can sketch your soulmate for you on demand, but it won't be as good as, you know, a full sketch. So I definitely would love. Oh, Mary, of course. Thank you for saying that. That I really hope you enjoyed that. So Crystal, I would definitely love to fully give you everything, every aspect of the reading, but in order to fully give you all the details of your soulmate, I would love if you could, I'm wondering if I can like private message you or I can reach out to you right after we're done here and I can get your email and send you the sketch as well, just so I can take my time there. But I can also show you one that's, you know, not necessarily to the full extent, but if I were to have a day or so to fully, then I can send you that portion of the reading. Anyway, so about your love life, Crystal. So let's see. I really want to take a moment and really reflect on Crystal. And Crystal is such a beautiful, there's been some beautiful, beautiful names. I mean, everyone's name is beautiful and unique, but I don't know. I just feel like there's been such positivity in this reading here today with you guys. And if everyone else is feeling these positive vibes and positive energy, let me know in the chat because I'm feeling a lot of positivity from this group and from everyone here today. So seriously, you guys are great. So, okay, so we are going to just start getting our energy together for you, Crystal. I'm feeling really drawn to these cards as well, in particular for you, Crystal. So we're going to start with one of these today. You guys are all just so great. I just seriously love all of you so much. I'm just so happy to be here with you guys. You've already made the reading so amazing. And right before this too, like I was meditating on something that's interesting. And it's interesting when it comes to love too, where it's like that whole understanding that we need to release and be at peace because sometimes love can seem so hard, right? Sometimes love can feel so not like fun almost, you know, in a way. Like it can seem so emotional and, you know, like a roller coaster, kind of like we discussed in some of these readings earlier. And, you know, I want you to find that love that's not just always up and down. I want you to find that love that's like grounded and peaceful. And that's kind of what I'm feeling for you too, Crystal, is like I'm really sensing that I want that peaceful kind of element for you and for your soulmate. And there's always a lot of positivity every time I join. Karhu, you are so, I love you, Karhu. You're amazing. You're so sweet. You're always here. Just such a light. I just love everyone here. So thank you guys. So, okay. Okay. I'm going to knock my energy into the cards for you, Crystal, and we're going to get some more clarity here. Again, I like to do 3 a lot of the times when I do these readings because 3 is such a spiritually significant number. Another number that's incredibly, and this is funny. Also, today when I was looking at the clock, of course, I looked at the clock at 11:11. So, and there's been a few times today where I've seen the angel number, you know, 111 or 1111. And let me know if any of you guys also have been experiencing angel numbers recently because I definitely have. And I just love, you know, also hearing other people who are, you know, communicating and having the angels communicate with them. It's always a beautiful thing. Okay, so I'm going to do another 3. Okay. So I'm really sensing this top card for some reason for you, Crystal. So let's look into this card and see. Playfulness. So interesting. Our first card here is to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So this is the first card we pulled for you, Crystal, playfulness. So I'm almost kind of sensing from this originally here that there's almost, okay, there's a lot coming at me at once, but so you had this romance, you had a certain connection with someone, and there's almost like you want to recapture that, but something has gotten in the way. Some almost dark energy I'm sensing has gotten in the way of this light that you had in this previous relationship. I hope this is all making sense so far. So again, there was this playful, lighthearted, there was almost this optimism you had when it came to love and finding love. And then it became a lot harder to have this optimism. There was this playful, loving, childlike energy that you were having. And you wanted to, you want to recapture that, right? You want to go back to trusting and go back to that spirit of really believing in love. And there was something at some point, either something within yourself or something it could be external or internal. That part is not necessarily clear yet to me, but something either internal or external caused you to start really doubting, almost doubting, whether you're going to find the person for you, and really doubting almost the universe, almost God in a way, like doubting whether there's really a plan for you, or whether like, it's just like, I'm feeling this doubt almost in a way. And there was not always this doubt, if that makes sense, because playfulness, I'm also relating to your inner child. So there was this inner child that saw the light, that saw happiness and joy and love was very real. And then something occurred where you started doubting that, and you almost started questioning it in a way. So that's kind of what I feel like, we started as like that optimistic inner child. And then from there, it kind of got to more of a dimension of doubt and almost hurt. There's deep hurt I'm sensing too here for you, Crystal, like deep hurt that occurred. And it's almost, I'm taking that on in a way, because it's almost just like painful, because you saw so much happiness and joy in the world. And then you were like, almost felt in a way that like, how can people be like this? Like, how is this even possible that there can be so much pain and heartbreak, And then it's almost like you were questioning at that point whether this is all for a reason, whether this makes sense, whether your soulmate is really, your soulmate. Like, you just started questioning a lot. Okay. You question not only love and finding your soulmate, but you questioned, so you are totally resonating with that so far, because that's what I'm already sensing kind of just, established in this reading here today with me. So let's pull another card, Crystal, and kind of get even more clarity here. But this is kind of already where I'm initially feeling this reading is going. So I'm going to set this aside. Here, I'm trying to think of where I want to set this. Okay. Okay. Okay, just setting my intention again here. Okay. So I'm feeling drawn to this pile for you next, Crystal. And then I think we'll shift back again, but I'm not a very quiet person, but I'm almost feeling, love is a positive connection to each other when you first talk to one another. Yes, Stacey. I love that. I love when you guys comment and chat with me and like let me know how you're feeling, like what you're like thinking philosophically. Because another thing too that I feel like is very true is like so much of us, like so much of our lives is spent really surface level, really just kind of skating through the surface, like, just laughing and just shallow almost. But it's like we really need to take that time to get deeper, to look at what life is about, to look at what love is about, and to really understand where our place is in, in the grand scheme of things. Where's our place in the universe? What is life? What is the purpose of life and love? And, I think that this is a beautiful time to do so, and to really, meditate with me and spiritually connect in this way. And really just remember that, the will of God, the will of the universe, the will of the divine be done always. And that we need to trust, trust is another big thing. And I feel like almost this kind of works into your reading here, Crystal, because, there was that playful trust. There was that natural childlike trust that you were having. And then it kind of got disrupted in a way. So we're going to explore that more, but that is something. And that's part of kind of what I was feeling called to in my heart almost, is again, that playful, trusting, because when we're children, we're so trusting of the world around us. We see the beauty in everything. We see the potential and the possibilities. And it's almost going to make me like I'm such a crier because I swear I'm about to tear up again. Just thinking about how beautiful it is that like children are just able to just dream. And like, when do we lose that? That's what's kind of like almost I'm really feeling and sensing even in this reading with you, Crystal, right now, is I'm sensing that feeling of like, when is it that we allowed ourselves to stop believing in ourselves, to stop believing in love, to stop believing in our dreams? And when did it become okay to just settle almost in a way? That's kind of what I'm just, that's what I'm just feeling called to say again to you guys right now. But it's just like, it's so hard because, we all go through that where it's like we had all this hope and these dreams. And then we started thinking that, you know, we started just allowing these doubts and these lies to really cloud our sense of wonder, and our sense of beauty and our sense of ambition in a way, and our sense of a lot of things, honestly. And it's just a very hard thing, that we all, I feel like, deal with, and something that literally everyone deals with. Some of us are better at remembering, and connecting with our inner child, but we all go through that where we are kind of bombarded with some of the realities of the world and some things that are there to really kind of drag us down, because again, when there's light, there's also going to be that balance. There's going to be dark energy. There's going to be people who are going to try to suck the light out of you. And that's something too, just as we kind of talked about tonight too, like empaths also, and I feel like I always bring this up, but empaths also understand, and most people understand that like you have to protect your energy, because there are those energy vampires out there. There are those people who want to hurt you because you are light, because you are positive, and you are a reflection of, the angels, the divine, all of those things. So they really want to just pour hatred. And it's really, I wish it wasn't like that, but unfortunately, it is. So our next card for you, Crystal. So after, this playful energy that kind of I'm already sensing and I'm feeling right now that kind of got diverted by the world in some way, something happened, something occurred that kind of caused you to start doubting that. Our next card for you is the Mystic Rose. So this is interesting. So this establishes to me your own ability, your own beauty, and the fact that this is kind of establishing to me that you hold so much mystical sense, like you are spiritually so deep in a lot of ways, and you have a ton of compassion, and you are definitely someone who is graceful in this way, and you have a big heart is kind of what I'm sensing here, because she's just as Mother Mary has such a big heart. You have a big heart, you have this beautiful aura surrounding you. And really what we need to do is we need to understand the future here now, because we already have this playfulness. We have this beautiful, innocent, loving heart. And something went to kind of try to affect this heart in a negative way. And we want to understand how we can create that compassion with another person once more. So this kind of is showing who you are. This is you. This is your light. And as you can see too, you can see the light surrounding you. So there is this potential for someone to embrace the beauty of you and to really bring out your inner child. Another thing that just kind of came to me and became really clear to me is like, you will know too that it's your soulmate. You will know it's the one when you feel like you are that inner child again. Does that make sense? I don't know why sometimes I just take it as it comes, but all of a sudden this really came to me, this feeling that it's like, when you feel this playful, lighthearted inner child energy, and you feel like you believe in the world again, you believe in love fully again, that's when you know it's the one for you. Because that's, again, that innocent. And who is Mary? Mary is the one who like birthed Jesus. So with Jesus as a child. So again, the child came because of Mary. So when you make this connection with this person, when you meet this person, when it's your soulmate who's there, you will know, because they will bring out that child, just as Mary brings out a child. There will be that playfulness, there will be that playful inner child element to the relationship. So that will kind of be the indication. Yes, that's so true. Yes. So that's really what kind of came to me very much at once there, that it's like, that's how you're going to know when that happens, is because, again, it's like birthing into creation. So you will feel that inner child rebirthed within you, and you'll feel that renewal of belief in the world, belief in miracles, belief in love, and that will all happen once you meet your soulmate. So let's pull another card for you and get more clarity here. But this is already really great. I'm already, excited and feeling like we do have some clarity going on here. So Stacy, Stacy said, yes, that's so true. Yes, I totally agree. And I feel you, Stacy. Okay, so Crystal, I've dealt with pain in every aspect of my adult life. I've loved him, trying to figure out how to be enough for him. Okay, so you did find then this, because again, these are timeless readings. So one thing that's not always the most clear is timelines, but you found the person then already. And Crystal, can you please explain to me if this person you found, right? Like, so did you find this person yet? Because that's something that's not 100% clear to me. Because at some point you found someone who made you feel like a child, or you will find someone who's going to bring out the childlike, and that's when you know they're your soulmate. So I'm wondering now, kind of currently, again, I can continue pulling cards to kind of get more clarity, but if you have found him, or what the time looks like. Because again, time, this is what I try to kind of also explain to you in these readings that's interesting, is like time is a man-made concept. You feel like that when you're with him. Okay, so that's definitely your soulmate then. So that's amazing right there. And you feel almost like you just need to be enough for him. So you're feeling like you need to, okay, that makes sense. I'm understanding that. Because again, like I want to also, this is a point that I try to make with people as well, is like time is man-made, because love is, it goes beyond time. It transcends time and space. So, sometimes it's not always clear when exactly, because sometimes when people will say, I can tell you exactly this, exactly that, they're not always telling you the truth, because a lot of the times energy goes beyond time, so we can kind of get a sense of time and our place in time and love's place in time. But a lot of the times it's more like a continuum, because that's kind of how energy is. It's a continuum. So, it's not necessarily always clear the turn of events, but we know it will happen, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that kind of explains some insight into these readings, but I just wanted to kind of make that a little bit clear. So you feel like that when you're with him. So you do feel like that childlike element that I was sensing. So I already feel like he's the person you're destined for, that he's your soulmate. But let's look a little bit more into how you can feel, to be enough for him, how you can grow with that. So this is interesting here. So the card we pulled for you, Crystal, is trust your path. So this is crazy. And like, this is already providing a lot of clarity here. It says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? I already feel like I'm actually going to I'm going to tear up a little bit, but this makes a lot of sense to me right now, because you almost feel like you're almost not trusting of this in a way. Like there's a distrust. And we were just talking about, with our other two first cards that I pulled for you, Crystal, is like we were talking about how we need that childlike belief again. We need to bring out that childlike trust, right? We were kind of talking about that. And this even provides more clarity, because it's saying to trust your path, and saying, if you knew, and I'm going to show you guys, because I always forget to show you guys exactly what I'm reading. It says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So there's almost like this lack of trusting that you're going to be supported in this relationship and with him. Like you found this playful energy, you found this inner child when you're with him, you found that playful joy and light, but you're scared to fully embrace that in a way. And I'm really sensing that with you right now, Crystal, that you're afraid to fully embrace and let go almost, and like allow someone to just have, just to be totally vulnerable, I guess, in this situation. Because what are children too? Like that's another thing, and another really important aspect of this. It's like, what are children? They're totally vulnerable. They're totally reliant. And when we are like when we bring out our inner child and when we're children, we totally rely, we rely on God, we rely on our family to take care of us. We just rely. And there's almost a sense here that I'm feeling like you need to, again, trust, and really trust not only your path and this path with him, because I do believe it's a very long, beautiful, eternal path. So to not only trust that path, but to know that you're supported in this relationship and to not doubt that almost, because I'm feeling like you are having some doubts, or at least, having some issues with fully trusting him and trusting this relationship and trusting the connection you have, because it almost feels like too good to be true in a certain way that I'm sensing. But it's like, how would you act if you knew that you were worthy of this relationship? If you knew that you could be open, you could be vulnerable, you could be like a child with him, you could totally surrender your heart and he's going to take care of it. How would you act differently, in that way? Like, how would that change who you are, just to fully embrace love and to fully just take the chance, be like a child almost in this way, and just not see the fear, not see the bad ends, the breakups, these things, these scary things that come. And as we grow, we start seeing, sad endings and things. I don't want you to necessarily really concentrate on that. I want you to concentrate on the opportunities, the amazing times to come, just trusting that he's going to support you in this path. He's going to support you on the path of your relationship and the path together. Yeah, you're always scared. So I'm sensing that. I'm sensing that fear, and I'm sensing that fear to let go and fear to be fully open and vulnerable and scared something's going to happen that's going to affect the relationship negatively. But I really sense here that the best thing you can do is just trust. And another thing that's just coming to me too as we're talking today is like, not just trust him. That's part of it. But I almost feel like it's like you need to trust the universe. You need to trust God, whatever, the creator, whoever you believe in. And you need to trust them fully. You need to trust them and you need to trust yourself. So it's both of those things. It's like it's three of those things actually, because you need to trust in the relationship and trust that not everyone is going to hurt you in a way. And that's a really hard thing because I struggle with this too. So I don't want you to think I'm like just, preaching at you. Like I go through this too. And I want you to know I feel like I completely understand where you're coming from here. I'm very much so the same way. But I want you to trust, this relationship and this dynamic. And I also want you to trust the future because, there's this path that I'm seeing for you right now in our reading. And then I want you to also trust God and the universe in guiding you there and being with you always and always, following you and being with you on this path. And I want you to trust yourself. So there's a lot of trust that's going to have to occur here. And one of the things that I'm just thinking that's coming to me is it's like I'm saying trust, but how it's not that easy. And you're right, it's not that easy always. It's a lot of the times it's really hard. It's something we all have to work at every day. But some of the ways you can start to trust is, there's lots of things. I mean, one of the biggest things is if you're not meditating every day, and I would let go and let God. Exactly. Completely. And that's something I have to remind myself every day is it's like, I'll get so worked up over little things, or I'll think this is going to be bad. This is not going to work. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I definitely struggle with anxiety. Like as much as a lot of people will be like, wow, what? Because they won't necessarily sense that about me. But I do have that aspect of myself. I do have anxiety, but a lot of, facing that and, fully being able to overcome that, it's definitely work. But one of the things that really helps me is just to pray and to remember, whenever I need to center myself, remember that, God has a plan for your life. Everything happens for a reason. And you just need to continue to just let your light shine, to be the best person you can be every day, to trust God, let go and let God, like you said, let go of that fear, let go of that negative energy and those things that are keeping you from being with the right person or doing what you need to do in your life. So I hope that kind of helps too a little bit, but I just want you to know it's always a constant thing. It's not necessarily definitive, because I have to remind myself all the time, like everyone who knows me well knows that I do tend to get stressed, and I do tend to get almost worried about things sometimes. And it's like, I have to constantly remind myself, I have to constantly take that time to really meditate and reflect and pray and be like, this is not what's really important, or it's like, it will be okay. It will all be all right. I have to actively remind myself that, what's really important, love is really important, friendship, family, laughter, finding your soulmate, trusting in God, those things are important, and, whether you're going to miss an appointment is not, so it's like also just having that perspective always constantly too. And, so yeah, so that I hope is already kind of causing more clarity for you too, Crystal. And then we're going to pull a few more cards, and then I would definitely give me your information so I can send you that full sketch. So, okay, so our next card we're going to pull for you here, Crystal. And I almost kind of too want to here. I'm actually feeling drawn to this deck right now. So let's go to this deck and see. Okay. Okay. This is definitely the card I'm sensing here for you, Crystal. Okay, I'm wondering. This is exciting, Crystal. I already see this kind of in your future. With this person that we're talking about in your love life, engagement. There's an engagement, and I believe if you're not already engaged, it's very close. So that's a beautiful thing. There's definitely an engagement in this story, in this love story that I'm already sensing here. And it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So it's going to continue to progress, this relationship. So I would just not, necessarily, I would try to let go of the worries of this relationship because there's going to be more commitment. If you're already engaged, it's going to ascend even higher. You're going to be married. You're going to, they're your soulmate. So there's just, I want you to have that and have that security in that, and to know that like they are the one for you, and to know to let go and let God, because things are going to work out, not only for this relationship, but just for everything, in life. So that's already just really amazing. And all right, so we're going to do another card, and then I will send you the sketch as well, Crystal. But thank you so much again, Crystal. This seriously allows me to continue to come on here and do this, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying this reading. I really am so far. I think this has already been a beautiful reading, but I really hope that you too also are. It's resonating with you and connecting with you and the message that you were meant to hear today. So this card is like just totally popping out. So we're going to do this. Interesting. So we just did engagement, right? This is kind of funny. So the card that kind of popped out, as you guys saw, as I was shuffling, I was like, this card was like sticking out. And I was like, okay. A lot of the times I go with that because I can a lot of the times indicate something. And it says yes. It says just say yes. So this honestly ties all of our cards here today, Crystal, together for you, because it literally is saying that you need to almost not only say yes when it comes to the engagement, that's already exciting and a given, like saying yes to that higher commitment and that higher level of commitment, but saying yes to this relationship, saying yes and allowing yourself to be playful, to let go of that which is, negative, to let go of the fear and just say yes. Like just say yes to not only the relationship, but say yes to yourself, say yes to God, say yes that you trust, and say yes and just have that playful happiness. Like allow yourself to be happy is what I'm really sensing here, Crystal. Like allow yourself to enjoy these moments and just say yes, like why not, because again, life is only so long and we only have so much time to be with the people we love. And I just feel like, and that's not a negative thing, that's a positive thing, because it means we need to embrace every moment and just say yes in these moments, and just to continue to find that playful happiness and that joy where it's like our anxieties are lifted. So anyways, that is your reading, Crystal. I think that was a beautiful reading. We are not yet, but I desire that with him. Okay, well, I see it in your future, Crystal. So that's really exciting. So, and when it comes, that now like to definitely say yes when the engagement comes. So I'm excited for you, Crystal, and that's just an amazing reading. And like, congratulations, because that's just so exciting. So I hope you enjoyed that, Crystal. That was amazing. I'm excited for you. Okay, so Jess, message retracted. Have I met my life partner? Is he who I think he is? Okay, so let's see. So we'll do Jess and then okay. So Jess, have you met your life partner? Is he who you think he is? So let's go with these cards I'm sensing, Jess, for you today in your reading. I'm just trying to center myself. I hope everyone's enjoying tonight so far and enjoying this reading with me. I'm really enjoying it and seriously appreciate all of you guys so much. You guys are just amazing. I am like I just realized I was like, when is the last time I ate? Like, I'm like, I probably should eat something soon because I feel like it's late now, but like, I don't even remember. I feel like I ate at like, I don't know, like a very long time ago. So I'm like, oh, I'm pretty hungry. But sometimes I get in these like, these, I don't know how to explain it almost. It's like I almost just get very focused and like, meditating and just, focused on, being like doing my day-to-day readings and just everything that I do, and I just get so focused. My energy is so focused on it that it's like sometimes I forget to eat, and that's not good either. So it's like I gotta remember to eat and take care of myself. But I just get so, and it's like I would always advise everyone else to, of course, take care of yourself and allow yourself that time you need to eat and to to exercise and everything like that. But sometimes I'm like bad at following my own advice when it comes to that because I just get so wrapped up in these readings. Okay, so Stacy, you said I really enjoyed your reading. It was so on point for everyone that participated. I love it. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you so much for coming. And you are amazing. You are just such an amazing part of this community. And I just love all of you guys so much. I always say that, but I seriously do. You guys have no idea. And then Crystal says, thank you so very much. Thank you so much, Crystal, for just inviting me into your energy, into this connection with you, and just to explore this with you. It was just a blessing. So I have so much gratitude for like all of you. I seriously do. Like, I'm just amazed by how positive and amazing like you guys are. And I always say it, and it's like, but I seriously genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. Like, you guys are just unbelievably amazing. And I love all of you so much. So thank you. Okay. So Jess. So Jess, have you met your life partner? Is he who you think he is? Your life partner, is he who you think he is? So let's see, Jess. This card is calling out to me. So we're going to see. Okay. Okay. So interesting. We pulled Sophia. Okay. Jess. So Sophia. So I'm kind of trying to tap in my energy here with you in this reading today, Jess. It says divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. So this may sound kind of cliche, but I really feel like you should trust. I feel like you should trust this intuition. And I feel very much so that, as you can see here, this is destined. The connection you have currently, right? The person you think it is, basically, is what I'm saying. The person who was on your mind, Jess, when you did this reading, it was destined in the universe. I'm going to let you see the card too. So basically, this connection, this relationship, that's blossoming between you was destined to occur, right? And it says divine wisdom. So you've been given the divine wisdom to know that this is right. This is right, and this is what you think. And it's almost interesting because how you worded the question for today's reading is you worded it by saying, you said, is it who I'm thinking? And it literally shows you, like, read this, guys. This is crazy. So it says intelligence within, destiny. So honestly, this is pretty clear from the universe right now that when you said, is he who we think it, like, or is he who I think it is? Literally the card I pulled, is intelligence within, destiny. So not only do we see this cosmic blooming of this beautiful rose in space and time, but we see intelligence within and divine plan. So I really, really already feel very strongly here, Jess, that he is the one, and you should trust yourself in this way. And, of course, it's easier said than done, but it was great you came to me just for that assurance, because again, this is what, our guides are telling us. This is what the divine is telling us today, that to trust what you were thinking initially, and this is destined. So that already is very straightforward. Okay. And then you said I had accidentally retracted the message, not accustomed to using this live chat. Yes, because at times I'm doubtful of my own thoughts. So yeah. So Jess, so like definitely I would take this into account, not only just for this, but just for a lot of things. But also another thing too, is like, if you ever do need like someone to really provide you with extra clarity, or like kind of just make sure that whatever you're doing, like not only find it within yourself, but if you ever do need someone as well, you can always come to my lives and just, have these with me. And like, I love doing it with you. And, just know that too, but also know to trust your intuition and trust your gut always. But if you do ever just need, because we all do, I do too. I always look for my mentors, advisors, and, for extra support in this, because we need to have that community and have, that support, those people that we can look to for these things. So also you can do that, but also know within yourself that you do have that wisdom and that divine guidance. So, and then how do you send this sketch? Okay. So Crystal, I'm going to contact you right directly through YouTube. So make sure that, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I don't necessarily want to, but I have your email. So I'm going to I'm going to literally email you right after this. Cause I forgot that I already have your information. So I will email you right after this, and let you know the details of when I'm giving you the sketch and everything. Okay. So don't worry about that. You will get that right away. So I just want to make sure you know that, Crystal. And then, okay, so Mari says, can you tell me what my angels and or my guides are trying to tell me? Okay, yeah. Yes, Mari. And for some reason, Mari, I don't know why, literally when I turned on to your reading and turned on my energy, I have like a fan here. It's like, I like fan the energy like in the room, because it's so important to move stagnant energy. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm fanning the energy. I know it's kind of funny, but it just like popped out and I was like, okay, maybe I should like fan the energy a little bit here. Anyway, that was a side note, but, when I started your reading, Mari, I already felt really drawn to purple. I don't know why. Like purple was the cards that I'm feeling drawn to for you. And I actually have a purple amethyst right here too for you. So I'm actually going to hold it really quick for your reading. It feels very cooling, like cooling energy, purple. I'm feeling like cool toned energy for this reading right now. So your angels are already kind of resonating with purple. And another thing that just came to my intuition as well is that purple, that is related also to the divine, to the third eye chakra. So this kind of really makes sense, because purple angels, what are your angels trying to tell you in this moment? And I feel like they definitely have a message, because not only was I drawn to the amethyst, was I drawn to the purple third eye chakra, but I'm just drawn to purple in general right now for your reading. So that's very angelic. So that's already like, they're like, I really want to tell her something. So let's see what it is they want to tell you. So I'm going to pick out a few of my purple cards and see what the message is for today. Because again, purple was like, for some reason, they were like, I just felt that very strongly. So we're going to go with that. So I have a few purple cards. I'm going to shuffle them and see what the message is for today. I'm going to that's your favorite color. You've been drawn to it lately too. That's crazy, Mari. So Mari's favorite color, guys, is purple. And she's been working on opening her third eye chakra. So that's crazy, because those are the two things that really came to me. And I'm like, oh yeah, thank you, Crystal. Those are the two things that really came to me. I was like, purple, third eye chakra, like, and I felt some angelic sense as well, like purple, amethyst, all that. And it's so funny that you also been drawn to that too. And it's always so amazing just seeing how beautiful and mysterious, the universe is. And I'm excited to do this for you today, Mari. So, okay. Feeling this is the card for you, Mari. Interesting. So, discernment. So, following your intuition. So, basically, your angels are really wanting to tell you right now that there's almost like this pathway you see in front of you. I'm sensing, Mari, here. There's like almost like a certain pathway that you feel is like written in front of you. And it's almost like, just as, like in the sky, there's this light, there's this way. And it's almost, yeah. So basically, there's something that your intuition is really pulling on your heart. And it's the thing that you were almost, I'm hoping this makes sense right now. It's the thing that you brought, like you were thinking you were going to get, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I'm sensing to tell you right now that it's the thing that you thought of in the back of your mind, like your intuition, like your third eye kind of was saying and sensing here, like, I wonder if this is what's going to be brought up. whatever that was. And I hope this is making sense. Whatever that was, and I feel like this like almost like playful energy right now, but whatever that was that you were kind of in the back of your mind, there was a decision of some sort and you were like, I really want clarity on that. Basically, your angels are literally telling you right now that they are here to support you through that decision, that they are going to be here to guide you on this path, on this decision. And they really, really want you to follow your intuition. So whatever question you thought you were going to get, they're letting you know that they're there. They're there to help you. And they really want you to pray to them directly. That's another thing I'm really sensing here. Like they really want you to meditate and pray to your angels specifically. And it's another funny thing too that I'm sensing here. Definitely pray to your archangels and your guardian angel. Whoa, that was weird. As soon as I said archangels, like I literally like heard like guardian angels. Like we're like, no, like remember to also have her pray to my guardian angels. So guardian angels, another big one. These angels are going to only help you see things clearer for what it is that because there's like definitely a path in front of you. And there's a decision in front of you that I'm feeling like you're facing right now in life. There's a decision about like, and again, I can't necessarily tell you what it is, but it's something where they're like, she knows. So tell her that what decision she is, that's going on with her, tell her to come to us and to not only follow her own discernment here, but to follow, and to ask us for guidance directly as well. So the angels almost really want you to meditate and pray to them directly. And, it's your guardian angel. And oh my gosh, yes, all of them. Okay, yeah. So yes, your guardian angel and, all of your angels. And, Mari too, I actually have a book, specifically on angel exercises to connect with your angel. But one of the things that you can do is you can actually, to channel your angels is not only, of course, do all of these things that are, okay, I need to get this, there's like, okay. Okay, I'm going to report that. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how to like, okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so what I was saying is that basically there's this discernment, there's this follow your intuition that your angels are saying, reach out to me directly. And one of the ways you can reach out is not only by praying and meditating to your angels, but there's two things that are coming to my mind here that I want you to start doing, Mari. So one thing is I want you to start listening to frequencies. I don't know why. Again, this is like, I'm just talking based on what they're telling me, but it's like angelic frequencies. You can literally, it's on YouTube as well too. So, and I can even do like something about that soon too as well. But basically, angelic frequencies, there's certain frequencies that the angels are more attuned to. So they really want you to listen to those frequencies. And yeah, I agree, Karhu. That is annoying when that happens. I'm like, like, what do I do? Like, I'm like, what do I do? I don't have a moderator or anything. So I'm like, but yeah, it's all good. But anyway, so they really want you to listen to these angelic frequencies. And one frequency in particular that just came to my mind and came to my attention is the God frequency. Look up God frequency and look up angelic frequencies. Yeah. And that's going to help give you so much clarity here. The next thing that I would do also to give you more clarity here is I would start, okay, so meditating with the frequencies that I just mentioned, the angelic and God-like frequency, those will really give you clarity. In addition to, I want you to start, and this is going to be hard if you don't like to write, but I want you to start journaling, and I want you to start journaling and just letting yourself write freely. And that's one of the best ways that you can start channeling messages from the divine and from angels. And that's actually one of the ways I started doing so too. And that's one of the ways like they most commonly like come and start talking to me is like, I'll just start writing and it won't be even in my, writing. Like it won't be me who's writing, if that makes sense. It will literally be in the creator, in the divine's, how they talk. So I would start by, the meditation and the frequencies and kind of get yourself in tune with that and tune with the angelic realms. And then I would start doing where it's like you write whatever comes to your mind. And then that's maybe, not always, but that's kind of sometimes how you can tap into what they want to tell you directly about the situation. So I hope that that's a great like thing. Those are both two things that really came to my mind here, even though they were separate from this, but they were still kind of, in tune because it's going to help you really get in with your intuition and allow you to connect with them even deeper. So, anyways, I hope that that helped you, Mari. Yes, it makes sense. Okay. I'm happy that that made sense for you. And okay, so let's see. So, okay, Renee. Okay, so Renee. So I'll do Renee really quickly. I do have to go pretty soon though, just because I am a little bit past my time, but that's fine because I do love being with you guys and doing this with you. But I will come on again soon. I'll come on with the next few days and we'll do another reading, and any other questions will also be answered. So not sure if the man I'm currently with is the right man for me. Can you look into my love life right now? Okay, yeah, for sure, Renee. And it's really funny too to me, like how many readings, on a certain time when we come together as a community, how often our readings are aligned in like the fact that so many, people go through the same things at once and are joined together by God, by the universe, by the divine at once. So it's like almost like there's a reason why everyone who's going through the same things goes through them at the same time together in this community. So it's like shows you too that there's a reason you were here with me tonight. Oh yes, thank you, Mari. I hope that that helped. I really hope. Again, like sometimes it's not, obviously I have no expectations going in because I'm just really trying to be, just to share my gift and be like a channel for you, but I hope that that really helped you in some way. And yeah, so again, thank you, Mari. Okay, so I want to get some clarity here now too for Renee, and then not sure if the man you're currently with is the man for your love life right now. Okay, yeah. So I'm feeling really drawn to this card for you, Renee. I feel like it's going to be a very clear answer. Okay, so this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Not what I was expecting, but it's almost good, like because I shouldn't have expectations going into readings because it's obviously not me. It's, it's God, it's the angels working through me. And it says release your ex. So there's something here. So it's like the man that you're with right now, I'm feeling very strongly that you're holding on to something or someone else, probably more someone else is what I'm sensing here. And you kind of, in order for this to work, in order for you to fully be able to embrace this relationship that you're in right now, Renee, I would definitely advise you to release that person that you're still holding on to, because I already sense it very, very much so. There's a person that is still lingering on your mind. There's someone else basically that you are still, it's hard for you to fully let them go in a way. And it's almost kind of pulling at the energy that you could be investing in yourself and in this relationship. So does that make sense to you so far? It's really telling me here that in order for this relationship to come to flourish and to be great, and it says, it says right here too, it says the time has come to clear your energy. So you really need to clear your energy in order for this relationship to, be good and to flourish. Like in order to have a good relationship that you're currently in, you need to let go of something. There's something that is holding on to you, and there's some energy that is holding on to you that you really need to release in order to make this relationship work. Does that make sense to you so far? I hope that that really makes sense, but let me know, Renee, if that really resonated with you. How do I clear my energy? Okay, there's a lot of ways you can clear your energy, Renee. So one way you can clear your energy is it a certain person, or is it a certain like feeling that you're really holding on to? Because again, it's not so clear to me what it is you need to release, but there's something you need to release. And I mean, it kind of also depends too on whether it's a person or not, but whatever it is, I always advise, prayer and meditation. Affirmations is another huge one. So depending on what it is that you need to release, just every day, building yourself up, showing yourself love. And that's one of the best ways we can start with anything, right? Is showing the universe, showing God love and showing ourselves love before we even tap into finding love for ourselves. So, oh, Crystal, you're so sweet. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much. You said love your readings. I love having you here, Crystal. Thank you. So Renee, so basically like what I think is I almost want you to get to the roots here. I almost want you to get back to, what are the two things that we need to focus on ourselves? It's like ourselves and, the universe. So loving ourselves, knowing ourselves fully, knowing how special and unique we are, knowing how uniquely and beautifully made we have been by God, knowing those two things are so important before we can even continue to go on. And then, you said, yes, sage, for sure, Karhu, sage. I love sage. I use sage in smudge rooms. You can also use, sound bowls. There's a lot of ways we can also do that physically as well. You can do Reiki. You can do so much. You can use crystals to really help balance your energies. But at the end of the day, what I find is if we don't get to the core, those things will all help us as tools to really help, release our energy to help that. But I think that at the end of the day, we also need to find that inner, I think there's so many tools available. There are, there's crystals, there's incense, there's sound bowls, there's all these definite spiritual tools that we can use. But I think that one of the best things we can do is, again, meditate, release, and just feel that love transcend from God, feel that love within, and just remember to how special we are, how we need to let go of the worries, the anxieties, and all of these things, these self-doubts, these traumas, these past relationships. We need to let go of them and let in God's light for the future. Does that make sense kind of so far? So exactly. A bath is another very good. There's so many great ways. Mari, I love that too, that you do that too. Also brewing tea, herbal teas, like those can be really helpful for clearing negative energy. Definitely baths, just like Mari also mentioned. I love that. Herbal baths, like goddess baths as well. Those baths where basically I take a ton of herbs and I take a ton of, herbs that are used, especially in incense and all those things. I mix them together basically. And I use it kind of as like a bath salt. I'll even take salts too sometimes. It depends on what the ingredients are for, depending on, what my intention is for the bath. But that's another great thing. Another great thing too is the moon. The moon is another amazing thing that I feel like I haven't talked about with you guys so much. The moon is huge for clearing energy. Huge. And yes, water. And I think water is great too, because again, water, what is water too? Like, we are baptized in water, we refresh, and like we fully are able to just cleanse ourselves. And holy water is another thing I use too often to cleanse things. Yesterday was a full moon. You are so right. And I felt that energy like crazy. Yesterday was a full moon. So again, definitely also on full moon days, I know I'm gonna have to go pretty soon, but I want to say on full moon days, always make sure to charge your crystals. That's the day to charge your crystals. You can make moon water too on those days, which is also super helpful. I could totally like talk to you guys more about this stuff too, because there's a huge part of me that loves, herbal remedies. Like, obviously, like I love cleansing my crystals in the moonlight, doing like moon rituals and stuff like that too. Like all obviously good and positive and light things, but there's a lot of amazing things you can do too with that to really cleanse your energy. And, also another thing that just came to my mind, my heart, my soul is you can build an altar. And like, I don't want to like scare people when I say that, but altars can be really great. Like altars, where you kind of put together all of your candles, your spiritual things, the things that make sense for you, your herbs, your crystals, all of those things, your whatever spiritual things you have. If you have crosses or saints, like whatever you believe in your religion, you can put them all together on the altar, and then you will just kind of place them there and light the candle. And that's where you'll meditate and pray. And I like to do that a lot too. So that's another way too you can cleanse your energy. But anyways, I had so much fun with you guys today, and just getting to do this reading with you all was just such a blessing. So you guys are all just blessings from God, and I seriously love everyone here. So thank you guys again, and I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'm going to be reaching out to you. I love your sessions. Oh, Mari says, I love your sessions here. Thank you so much for them. Oh, Mari, you are so sweet. Thank you. I really hope to see you again, and I hope to see all of you guys again. Most of the reading is on point. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Marcos. Thank you. You're so sweet. And then Karu says, love and light, Megan. Until next time. Steve says, thank you. Thank you. You guys, I just seriously love all of you guys so much. And I can't wait to see you guys again. And I will be coming on within the next few days. So definitely make sure to watch out for that. But anyways, love you all so much. Bye.